Hey yo, where you come from? Hey yo, where you think, son? We coming from Queens, the heart of the grind, the city never sleeps.
There's a place where you see it all happen in the street. In fact, just imagine we be laughing at police.
Hey yo, where you come from? Hey yo, where you think, son? We coming from Queens, the heart of the grind, the city never sleeps.
I'm from Queens, where only the best influence the dream with MCs like
Yo, welcome to another episode, man, to the Hip Hop Advocate Show.
Yeah.
John Figs.
Yo, is that our music over here?
And the Ruck.
Woof. And the fourth member,
El Maniatico.
Yeah,
Yo,
we got a man. We gotta rightfully introduce our man Maniac, because my man been invited to the studio for 6 months, and now he finally made it.
He made it. We found him.
Episode 5.
Found him in the,
Hiding out.
deep in the jungles of Colombia.
I was in Cartagena first, and then Medellin, and then I'm back in New York.
Not bad.
Deep in the jungles.
Super producer, man, Maniac. You know what I'm saying? The name speaks for itself. Maniac on the beats, on the Fruity Loops. What you doing? The MP? You was doing the MPC?
I had the MPC,
Yeah,
I had the MPC, yeah.
And the Fruity Loops. He was we all witnessed him just cook up in front of us, take a sample.
It was beautiful.
And just fucking work his magic. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
We'll record. He'll do the beats. We'll record all sessions. In one session, it'll be crazy.
One shot, one kill. One shot, one kill.
We had to save money.
It was
it
was military sessions.
It was.
Word.
Juan Carlos sweating in the booth, just losing calories.
And
Summer days.
Juan Carlos, NTO was the main fucking receiver of those fucking sessions.
But you know what? Sometimes I will look out the freaking booth and I'm like, yo, it's a prank. They must be pranking me. I've been here for like 3 hours. These niggas laughing at me right now. I'm sweating, drenched in sweat. But yo, nonetheless, man, dope producer, sampled, right? You used a lot of sampling, right?
Yeah.
Shit that a lot of people ain't
Towards the end, I started adding my own instruments. And that actually felt real good, because a lot of that sounds came out real good.
Yeah,
and it's like a part of you. It's like
yeah, like playing with the piano, the MIDI, everything. It's just
Liddy with the MIDI.
Yo, Maniac, we're really glad you're here, because you definitely are a part of us. A lot of our music really involves you. The creativity that you brought to us, is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Now that you're here, man, let's get into the podcast, gentlemen.
All right.
Yeah, speaking of sampling.
We're talking about Twitter versus Timbaland, man. Twitter versus social media versus Timbaland.
Yeah, but it was on Twitter. So basically, it was a female too, Arabic shorty.
The haters have arrived.
Yeah, so
she's not the one that started that feud.
Well, she brought it to the attention.
She brought it to the attention of the people, and that's where the shit started. And people started talking. And I guess on Twitter is where it blew up. People started talking shit.
Yeah, because they don't know.
Exactly, they don't know. They don't know what it is to create a beat. And me personally, I'm not a producer, but I know I've seen y'all create beats and use samples and seen what it take.
It's not easy. That shit ain't easy.
You're not. But that's not biting. That's not stealing. It's a different. That's an art. That shit is an art to be able to flip.
What did she say though? Like what?
Basically, she was listening to old Arabic music and she found like 3 samples.
Yeah,
3
Timbaland.
songs.
Actually, it's funny though, because when I heard a couple of Timbaland tracks and I heard that he was using the Egyptian and Arabic samples, I actually bought a couple of records that had Arabic samples.
Oh, she's a fire.
I wanted to emulate that.
Nice.
Because it sounded dope.
A-rap music.
What about
too.
y'all? Remember that Jay-Z track that blew up?
Yeah.
Big Pimpin'.
That was sampled off of not Big Pimpin'.
The
The
Punjabi
Punjabi joint.
But that
That shit was sampled off of a Arabic song, and that shit blew up.
No, that was Indian, like Punjabi. That was Indian.
Whatever the fuck it is, but it was flipped. But that's.
But it's heavy sampled. Yeah.
I was sampling. It was flipped to a hip hop with the bass line.
Well, the thing is, we gotta begin. The origin of hip hop is taken from other genres and creating something. That's what happened. The break beats that would take R&B,
disco music,
they would take
a lot of disco,
and vice versa,
blues.
too.
But in the beginning, it was that. It was the DJ playing the break, just the beat with no vocals on it with no lyrics, the break beat. They would dance and do the, you know what I mean? They would battle and all that crazy shit. So, yo, that was the origin. That's hip hop. But
Chris,
these kids don't know now.
Has that ever influenced you? Like
The sampling?
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is that when I got into producing, making beats, I started off trying to sample. And I remember having a tough time getting the sample exactly how I wanted it to sound. And I remember going for just going at it and just getting frustrated. And it was a piano sample.
Okay.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, you can fucking play that. Just fucking learn how to play a little bit. You don't got to be Beethoven on it, but just get some chords,
True.
learn some melodies, and you can do it. And that's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
The same melody I was trying to sample, I just fucking ended up playing it, and you know what I'm saying? That's how I got down.
I ain't gonna front. I tried that too, and I was like, nah, let me just sample.
Yeah.
I was like, nah,
So you
let
was
me
the
just
opposite?
sample.
You was the
Yeah, I was the
opposite.
opposite. I was like, ooh, this is too hot. Like I tried to do it with
But
the
when
piano.
you're doing like, all right, you guys that done it, right? When you take a melody that you find, right?
Yeah.
You either speed it up or you slow it down.
Yes, sir.
That's I mean that to make it sound different, not like the
Of course,
original
yeah,
sound.
yeah.
And you make it blend
Make
in.
it yours.
Yeah, you make it yours and you make it blend in with the additions that you add, right?
Yeah.
With the kick, the drums,
yeah.
and whatever
Yeah,
all the
well,
other
yeah,
shit
yeah.
is that you add. Me, I'm not a producer, so I don't know all the additional. Like, what's the layout to a beat? Like, what's the simple layout to
The melody.
when you're creating a beat, right? You got your sample, right?
The
You
drums,
got
the
the
drum
instrument.
line.
What are the instruments that you use
Kick,
when you're creating a
snares.
beat?
Well, the drum line, so one caller said of the kick snares, but then you have your choice. You have strings, you have violins, piano, whatever you like. I always gravitated towards piano, guitar, strings. What about you, Maniac?
For me, it was more just the sound, man. Like whatever I felt, like I heard it.
But
I
you'll
would hear it.
play different shit and see
Yeah.
what catches you.
And there's times that I just reversed it. We
Yeah,
had
that
tracks
was- that was crazy.
Reversed it, and damn, that sounds dope too. Like it's just for me, it was just more of a emotion. That's what made me like melody first, and then once I get the melody down, it'll be whatever drums, however I feel about it. Is it like the kick snares, the fast, the slow, 89 beat per minute. Depending on how I feel with that beat, with the melody, then that's when I'll move forward.
You see the crazy shit about D, and I can say the shit about D, that this nigga does beats the way you do, the way you record. Cause this nigga got hundreds of beats, hundreds of beats that he made that niggas ain't even touched, that are still ill, and niggas ain't even get to them shit. Cause I've seen it for myself.
Yeah.
I'm finding it
I've
in my
heard it
laptop.
for myself, and we
His
find
beats
shit
in my
that's
laptop.
nigga that you've done sent. I got CDs with shit that you done gave us
CDs.
from back in the day. Like this nigga would do shit. You do shit that I'm sure you got, and I hope you ain't lose.
Lost a
None
lot,
of them
man.
shits.
It's in the hard drive, man. It's in the hard drive.
It's in the hard hidden drive.
Gentlemen, so to take it back to what one caller was saying, Timberland, he was trending on Twitter for the wrong reasons this week. Basically, they're saying that he stole Arabic samples.
They
But
called him a
that's-
thief.
They
Yeah,
call him
but
a
that's
thief.
not
Yeah.
new though. They said that before when he first sampled it,
Absolutely.
and that
It's
came
new.
out. I bought the
But
magazine.
this ain't the first time, man. It's
Yeah,
happened
it's
a
not
lot.
the
It's
first
happened a lot with other people, other
Well,
producers.
this is a situation where there's a young female who doesn't really know about the history of sampling
Yes.
and hip hop. She just came across these songs. I guess her mother was playing them, like her, or maybe remembering her mother playing them.
Well,
She
she's
heard
a
them
DJ.
again. Oh, she's a DJ. I don't know.
wow.
Shit. So she probably like, you know what I mean? She probably not in tune with the whole hip hop thing.
Nah, she's kind of new school, and she was mainly focusing on 3 songs that she was accusing him of stealing from, the Arabic.
So hold up, the shorty that was doing the DJing is the one that actually put up that Twitter? Because I didn't catch that part.
Yeah. So she was on Twitter doing it.
She's the one who actually put that post.
So what she did was that she was focusing on Big
okay.
Pimpin'.
That's clout
She was
chasing.
focusing on Aaliyah, More Than a Woman, focusing on another Aaliyah joint, What to Tell You.
Yo, check
So-
it. Girl, you wrong.
What happened?
She's wrong. She's wrong.
She's wrong.
I mean, and
she don't know what the fuck she talking about. But it's alright. It's alright. She gonna learn today.
You know,
She
hip
gonna learn today.
hop with hip hop, like we all inspired by each other. You know, I remember listening to a Dr. Dre beat and being like, "Oh shit, this shit is sick," and then, you know, trying to emulate it. You know, and it sounded like crap because I'm not Dr. Dre and I didn't have the skill yet. But you know, we're all inspired by each other. We're all taking bits and pieces of here, flipping it, twisting it, and creating something new.
But that's what hip hop is, though. Hip hop is taken from other genres and other music and making it hip hop. That's hip hop.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like even in the '80s with the clothes, like yo, you take whatever, you buy a $2 fucking chancleta, and make that shit hip hop. You know what I mean? Everything is hip hop, man. So
You guys said it before
wrong, man.
on first or second podcast. Like
Everything's hip hop.
hip hop is life. Your child.
Yeah, speaking of
Everything.
There's an ill dude. There's an ill shit on YouTube that I just stumbled upon. Like just it should have pop up on your shit. And this dude was putting like classic albums, and he was just playing the original, and then he'll scratch in the track that he was doing whole albums. So like when you said the Chronic album, he put all the shit that was sampled off the Chronic.
Ooh, that shit was heavily
Illmatic, same shit.
Oh man.
He was playing the sample right behind the sample. He was going, track for track.
That's
and
dope,
that shit was
man.
ill. And it was that I gotta find that. And it'll
But
be.
that's
I
old,
wish I knew
right?
the name.
But
It's
they have
old. It's
websites.
old. It's old.
They have websites now.
It's
that
old.
You could do
I
that.
used to listen to him to that.
I don't remember
that
the
mix,
DJ.
and then I used to go, oh, okay. And then I used to be like, okay, let me try to emulate that.
Yeah, but one thing when you used to make beats too with samples, you were trying to hide the sample so deep in the core of that beat, so nobody could really know where it came from.
Yeah,
that was ill.
I'll give you a story. One time, Reels was there too. We were in the studio, the old studio. Heads up, and Juju came by. And
Shout out to Beatnuts. Shout out to
Incredible
Beatnuts.
called me. He was like, "Yo, Juju's gonna stop by. He wants to hear your beats, blah blah blah." And I played him this one beat.
I remember that joint.
Yeah, and
Stop, drop, and
that was
roll.
that was my shit. Yeah, that was my shit. And Juju was like, "Yo, that one." I was like, "All right, I made it. I made it." And it was for I forgot what artist. But we were there listening to it, and he looks at me. He goes, "Yo, that's Los Pateles." I was like, "Yeah, how the fuck?" He's like, "Yo, I heard that before, but I just could never flip it." I was like,
Wow.
That's fire.
I
Yo,
did.
yo, salute to that, bro. That shit was hard. Hell yeah, man. For real.
Yeah, I
bro.
had reels. I had salute. I had reels. You were standing outside, like, yo, listening to that shit.
And then
And I didn't even bring my beats, bro, because I just had whatever was in the system at that time. I had all my beats. I left at home. I was like, yo, but I don't have my beats. He's like, yo, play them whatever you got.
wow.
All right.
And he played it, and then I was like, "Yo, I want that beat." He's like, "Nah, that's for Juju." I was like, "What?"
You can't touch this.
He's like, "Nah, you don't. I got something. Nah, that's for Juju." And then, yo, did I tell you I met Juju? Yo,
Yo, he took that shit home. The artist that he brought didn't even like it. But he was like, yo, this shit is dope. He took that shit home. I don't know what.
But you know what? We found it, and we about to flip it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
But yo, Timbaland, I think he's ill. You know what I'm saying? He actually inspired me because he be doing beats with his mouth now, like you know what I mean, just beatboxing, and then he records step by step. No sample, no sample. And I did Nueva York, and I did that shit.
I can't wait for you to do a video for that.
Damn, we trying. Little complications, but
True. Yo, but with Timbaland,
Had me hyped for that. I was ready to roll.
it's not his first time, right? Like you mentioned earlier, it's not his first time being in the wrong light. He was sued when he did Big Pimpin'. He took that sample from also the same thing. Is an Egyptian song?
they won though. They won the case.
Well, actually, the song was called Kosara Kosara, right? Like, what the fuck? So anyway, he won. Timbaland won, so he owns that sample now. But imagine all the time and money spent to clear that sample.
Nah, yeah,
It's a lot of shit.
Just to deal with that fucking
And
that
it's
drama.
international, so that's a whole different
That's
system.
yeah, we don't even
Respect.
know
Like, what do you mean clearing? Like,
Nah, and
what
that's
do you
a lot
mean?
of producers went through that Q-tip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He went, that first 2 albums, they were sampling heavy. Brand Nubian, all of them, you name it, man. The early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, it was sampling heavy. And a lot of them couldn't clear it because the money was so crazy. And a lot of them got sued. Jungle Brothers didn't make money the first album because of that. With sampling.
Peter Gunn?
Peter Guns, yeah.
Oh,
that
yeah,
song,
that
Deja
Spanish
Vu, was his name?
Salsa.
That was Jerry Rivera?
Jerry Rivera. Yeah, Jerry Rivera.
But the original.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, so they came after them and they
Got
took
all the money he made.
They got the writing credits. They got the writing credits for that song.
Jesus Christ.
Everything.
Damn, the writing.
They got the writing credits. They ain't even write. They ain't even spit a ball on that shit.
So that's the downside of sampling. You know, that's why some people don't sample. But it's I'm not gonna say it's easier because you need a lot of skill to sample. But it's definitely it could show you the opportunity of what that could become.
Yes.
Pete Rock, 2001, he came out with what is it called? Pete Instrumentals. So he came out with a CD, and all of that was his own shit. He didn't sample not one thing, and I think that's pretty ill.
Was it dope though?
No, it was good. It was good. Definitely good. Y'all should check it out.
Big fan of Pete Rock.
You love Pete Rock.
Pete Rock, definitely. I'm still trying to figure out how he samples some things. I'm like listening to that and trying to emulate that, and I just can't.
That's why I just rhyme.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. Nigga shows up.
That's why I just write. I deal
Maniac,
with them headaches.
What's up, brother?
when you hear the term ghost producers, like what do you think about that? Like what comes to your mind?
It's funny though because when I hear ghost producers, I hear like the first thing that comes to mind is ghost writers. For some reason, it just comes up to my mind.
Niggas in the background or whatever.
Background and just. For a ghostwriter to be a ghostwriter and be as ill as they are to make someone else big, and I understand it because I was told him like, yo, I don't want to be in the front. I just put me in the back. I understand that. Like I understand like you don't want to be in the camera, you want to be in the limelight. I understand that. You could do all of that and just ghost produce for people, and it's also a way to make a name for yourself, like. If you're from the you in the hood just producing and whatever, let's say Timbaland hears your shit and he's like, yo, I like your shit or whatever, come to the studio, I'm gonna fly you out to California. I'm gonna tell him no. Yeah, I'm gonna go here. You know who? A lot of great producers went through that.
Absolutely.
Scott Storch, Kanye West.
It's a learning curve.
Wait,
that's a learning curve. Right?
You mentioned Scott Storch. So
huge ghost producer.
Bro,
Scott Storch.
You know Still DRE? You know that, of course. You know.
Dun, dun, dun,
So,
dun, dun, dun,
guess who
dun,
was
dun,
on the
dun,
piano?
dun, dun. That's him, Scott
Scott
Storch.
Storch, right?
Everybody knows that.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a ghost producer. You know, that's basically where the term comes out of. You know, I didn't know till recently. There's other shit too. Like for example, we were talking about it earlier on the chat. Juju, the Beatnuts, when Trackmasters stole their sample and put it on the J-Lo joint.
J-Lo?
Yeah.
Remember that J-Lo joint?
Jenny from the Block.
Jenny from the Block.
But everybody, you said it. Hip hop. That's what hip hop is. Like,
That's what hip-hop
you know what I'm
is.
saying?
But
You
I-
did something. Let me do something else to it.
But they were tight though, but because they didn't get paid, right? Like everybody has to eat, because I'm sure everybody ate off of Jenny from the Block. Nigga, spread the love. Give this shit to Beatnuts. They're the ones that started it.
Beatnuts can't eat from that. That's not their shit.
A lot of people ate from J-Lo.
Like, I'm assuming J-Lo ate from that record.
Yeah,
also, the producers who did that. So if they ate, wherever you got the sample from, spread the love.
That got her to like more on the hip hop side. Got
the
more
hip-hop
hip hop fans.
She had Jadakiss and Styles P on it. Remember that?
Yeah. And then after that, she did the Ja Rule joint, I think, that Love joint. So she was doing more hip hop shit. She was with P Diddy at that time.
Yeah.
She also did a
Around
track
that time, yeah.
She was with P Diddy
She did a track with Big Pun too.
and Joe. Yeah,
And
Fat Joe.
Yeah, and Joe.
I love
Yeah.
that track though.
Yeah.
That track is hard.
The long.
That shit
Tell
didn't blow up
nobody.
at all.
Don't tell nobody.
That shit didn't
Nah,
blow
you-
up.
nah,
That
track was
Fat Joe and
dope.
Big Pun. I like that track.
Yeah, that track was dope.
But as far as ghost producing, like
Ghost
if
producing.
I'll be honest with you, if I had
Would
the
you do it?
Yeah. If I had the opportunity, if anyone came up to me that I looked up to and said, yo, just come through, you be under my wing, whatever. Hell yeah. It gives me the opportunity, first of all, stand into one of those big ass studios, play with all the other instruments and
A kid in a candy store.
and make my shit better, or like expand my horizons.
Yo, with DR, you said it's still DRE, but yo, we got good news that he's good now, and the Detox album is coming. Finally.
Is it?
That's what he said.
Nigga, we've been waiting what?
20 years.
20 years.
No, it's funny you say that because as soon as I heard that he had aneurysm, I was like, yeah, he's coming out with that
I think he
now.
realized.
He
Probably had an epiphany. He probably had an
Yeah.
ephany in the hospital
like,
bed.
give him
Like,
his
yo,
flowers while
I
he's
gotta
still
let
alive.
this.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
exactly. Because I'm sure there's a lot of heat
Yeah.
that he got hidden there.
I'm pretty sure he has a lot of ghost producers on that too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he needs his Eminem.
Ghost
man.
producers, ghost writers.
Well, he produces too, Eminem, right? How do you feel about his production?
yeah,
He kinda
yeah.
sounds the same.
He
I
taught
was-
Eminem now.
Yeah, Eminem's sounds like Dre, Dre Jr. That's what it sounds like. Doesn't sound.
Yeah?
It doesn't hit as hard, but it sounds good. Like Nas had. Remember that song, The Cross?
Oh,
Eminem produced that one.
The horse,
Wait,
horse
wait.
The Cross.
Nas accepted that?
What, the beat?
Yeah.
Why?
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't
I
he?
don't know. I thought
If it's
Nas
hot,
and
it's
Eminem
hot.
had beef.
Well, this is a long time ago.
They have beef now?
When did they ever have beef?
I remember one time Nas
Nah.
said Eminem used the N word.
Nah.
Yeah, on one of his
Nas?
tracks, he said Eminem used the N word, but we're gonna let him slide with that.
Oh,
blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
Oh,
And there
and
was footage. There was footage of him, but he was young, talking about black girls this and black.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. I've
But-
never saw.
Oh, that's
That
an
shit
old
is
one.
trash.
They dug up, just to
Yeah.
discredit Eminem.
I just
But
thought.
we're not gonna take that. Come on.
So
get
he
outta here.
made. What was
He made The Cross,
Yeah.
and that was a dope piece.
Stillmatic album?
I want to say yes.
I want to say yeah.
Yeah.
Godson album.
Godson.
Yeah, the
Godson.
album.
Yeah.
Yo, that's why we got reels here.
Niggas
yeah.
forget about
Yo,
the
by the way,
Godson was a good
by the
album,
way.
Godson
too.
was
Speak
good.
about Godson. My man NTL drove me to buy that album, bro. Remember
The
that?
Godson?
Right there on 103rd.
Wongy Nelson.
Ronnie Nelson.
Oh,
I was like,
man.
yo, I need to get that. I'm a Nas fan. Let me go. Bam.
We
He was like,
popped
he
it in the
drove me.
trunk. Yeah, we popped in the
The
whip.
Corolla?
Wow, the Camry.
Oh, the Camry. Yeah, the Camry.
The 03. The
That was
03,
hot for
man.
it. I had to hear it right then and there. Fucking went to 103rd.
Heard that.
Yeah.
You go to 103rd, that's the last spot you go
Ronnie
to.
Nelson. And then we got some chicharrones next door. La Cabaña. La Cabaña.
Yo, when the new album used to drop back in the day, it was an emergency to get that. It was an You had to go get it fast.
If you were working, you would call out. If you were in school, you would skip school. Like, it was that important. Like, yo, we're going to go and
like
cop this shit.
Getting new sneakers, right?
Like
Like
getting-
nowadays with
Dada
these kids
Jordans.
with the sneakers, like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yo,
waiting online. I'm not waiting online. I'm sorry.
hell no.
I never did, so.
I never did that either. But
You got time for that.
to
shit.
unwrap a CD and smoke like that. That freaking the plastic.
It's
and-
Christmas.
Yo,
It's Christmas.
The booklet, the thicker the better.
Wow.
Right?
Oh, we
Hey,
spoke
yo.
about that last
Hey,
time.
yo.
Wait, hold up.
No, but
We
that's
speak
true.
about
That's
that.
what we was talking about that last time.
Yeah,
That
the pamphlet, right?
Pamphlet,
The pamphlet.
yeah.
No, but the album cover. That's what we saw last time. The album covers back then was, you had fucking.
It's art.
Yeah, you had
art.
actual, it was,
Wu-Tang. Art.
And
it was dope.
you
man.
would see on the credits, you see, oh shit, this person he was part of this song, he wrote on this song, he
Yes.
co-producer.
Yes.
Ghost producers. You will find out mad ghost producers on this shit.
Yo, I have a theory, and this is just a theory that I heard a lot. So on the Firm album, a lot of they're saying, you know what? I wanted to cop a Firm album just to see. They're saying that Jay-Z wrote a lot of Foxy Brown's lyrics.
Oh, that's what they
for
were
the
saying.
Firm.
That's what they were saying.
So that you probably could find, S. Carter on the fucking, you know what I'm saying? I never checked myself to see if it was true, but I think that it is just curious to fucking think about
yeah,
that.
that's what
Yeah,
he said.
yeah.
Well, Nas said it right now. Well,
Nas did say it, yeah.
Nas said it. He wrote.
Because you will all up in that puss.
Yeah, wow.
Foxy got you hot. Yeah, he said.
He was the original R. Kelly, if you think about it, because Foxy was like 16 when Jay-Z.
Jay-Z?
Yeah, Jay-Z took Jay-Z was breaking her in. Breaking it.
So he was peeing on her too?
He was.
And
He might as well be. Like,
and he stepped aside when Best of Both Worlds 2 came out.
Oh yeah,
Huh?
he did.
Oh,
he
my
said
God.
he backed out of it. He backed out
He's
of it.
like, I just left R. Kelly alone in the studio. I don't know what was going on. man.
All right,
makes
guys,
sense.
look, let's take
Yeah,
it back.
let's-
Yo, so like we producers, we MCs, you know what I'm saying? We a lot of things. So I think right now since we have a fucking super producer here with us, part of the group, you know, is our heart. We got to talk about our top.
Woo!
Wow, top 5.
Our top
producers.
5.
Top 5 great
Producer.
top 5 producer.
All right.
Dun, dun,
All
dun.
right. So I'm just gonna say my top is Alchemist, and it's weird that not weird.
Why
but
is it your top? Why is he your top?
It's because honestly, all right, because I'm a producer. So for me to pick a producer is all right. So growing up and making beats or whatever, just like I always emulated people, right? Like Havoc.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And you guys hear it, right? You hear a Havoc sound in my production.
Similarities.
Yeah. But I did it. I was like, oh, I did this. You know what I'm saying? I'm all right, let me next, whatever. So Alchemist was someone that I can't emulate. Like his beats are so funky. Like his shit is so funky. I was just like, damn, bro.
That's
like
crazy.
how the he
crazy.
did that? How the fuck he did that? And then my next is Just Blaze because it's shit, man. Like he just made everyone. His beats is just like, and I'm going off of that Jay-Z album, The Blueprint. Just Blaze murdered that album, bro. Like his production on that album was amazing. I was just like, wow. It's just, I like after a while, like my beats were like real, just auditorium, like just like everybody, just like
Stadium
Another-
status. Stadium status.
Yeah, we made a track like that too.
On the Rebuilding the Game
Yeah,
shit.
rebuilding the game.
Toast.
You got the toast.
Toast.
Here's a
Nah,
toast.
that's one.
So
Toast.
and then after that is Kanye West, because honestly, he just versatile. Like that verse, just to be so versatile, to go from love to hip hop to backpack to all of this is just, I love being versatile. Like that's, after a while I was like, nah, I need to be versatile. Like I need to hit rock. I need to be Rick Rubin with it. You know what I'm saying?
The way you depicting this shit, you making me, you ready in my head, got me thinking like, I gotta flip my shit around.
Word. And then
Cause these niggas like in my top 10.
oh, okay.
But they're not in my
And,
top 5.
I mean, I know Kanye West is, fucking crazy in the head, but he's a musical genius. Honestly.
I agree with you.
Honestly.
I agree.
Definitely.
And then the fifth one, and last but not least.
That's the fifth. That's
That's
third.
four,
That's 3. That's 4, nigga.
1, 2, 3. All right. DJ Premier,
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
who basically made Biggie, made Nas, made everyone, bro. Back in the 90s, 2000. And there's not much you can't, you can say about him.
Nigga Gangstar.
He's amazing.
That's
yeah,
Gangstar.
Gangstar.
That is
Gangstar.
Gangstar. Right
You
there.
know?
A lot of Biggie shit.
And after that, I'm gonna take a page off NTL's book and just Timberland, Scott Storch, Ninth Wonder, RZA.
El Diablo.
What the fuck?
Yo, it's hard. It's hard to leave.
Yeah,
Yo,
it's
this
hard.
is top
It's
5.
hard to leave
Top
dudes out.
1,000.
Yo, he just threw 6 through 10 on number 5. He said,
All right.
he said top 5.
No,
I'll make it
and-
top
Yo,
10.
fuck it.
I want
fuck
to
it.
apologize
Nah,
first.
nah,
man,
you gotta
if
do
that's
it, bro.
on your top 5, but it's just that you can't. For me, even for hip hop,
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard.
Even for
It is
hip hop
hard.
artists,
That's too
rappers,
little.
whatever, it's just. You said it. Hip hop is forever changing.
Forever changing.
You can't just pick one. I think top 5 died a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like for people to choose top 5, it's just
You can still do it. You can still do it.
because
You can still do
it's always new shit.
You sounded like them commercials, take Viagra by then. Like, that's how you sounded.
The
when you-
disclosure?
Yeah, the disclosure. Like, what the fuck? They try to slide it in there.
Nah, but just RZA for his genius.
Yo.
Wu-Tang.
Yo, E, what about you, man? I'm curious to hear what you
Sorry,
got.
bro.
Damn, this nigga made me read. A lot of the ones this nigga said are in my top, and it made
Talk
me.
about it.
I
Well-
sent the list. I was like,
Well,
yo,
you know what I'm saying? We all together. So.
I'm definitely, definitely Havoc. Havoc to me, and my thing, I'm not a producer, and the way he started describing it, Maniac started describing it, is more of a, on a producer side when you start thinking of how they made it and trying to find, you know, something, you know, that you could do and you can't, and then you try to do it your own way. But I'm thinking more of an aspect from a MC, and the shit that I hear and the shit that they done, the sound that they created, Havoc, definitely. I gotta throw RZA, cause the fucking all them Wu albums in the 90s, not even the group albums, what he did in the fucking solo albums is fucking crazy. I was just listening to that shit. I was listening to fucking the Liquid Swords, and I was listening to Iron Man. Just because we mentioned Iron Man, I gotta go back and hear this shit, because I haven't heard Iron Man in a minute.
Iron Man's a movie.
And I was like, you know what? And I was like, yo, that shit just...
Dedication to Sonny Carson as they sampled heavy.
That shit just stamped it.
Ghost produces Mathematics from Wu-Tang. He's the DJ, but he produced a lot of shit that you wouldn't even think. They were both working on that.
Bringing it right back to what we were talking about.
Ghost producers.
That shit brought me back. All right, so
Thank
you
you, my
know,
brother.
that's Havoc, RZA, definitely Dr. Dre, just to express some West Coast love, because a lot of Dre done a lot of shit that
Still DRE, right? That we mentioned.
beyond that, you know, Chronic and fit shit that he done for 50, G-Unit shit,
Back in NWA.
and you know WA shit, and you know that's going even further back beyond that. Like he's the mastermind behind all that shit.
Yeah, but you also gotta remember though.
But you're gonna tell me on some producer shit. I'm telling you
No.
on the
It's
MC
not
shit.
even that. Not even that. It's just like Scott Storch. We were just talking about him. Dun, dun, dun. Like Dre is so big and powerful. Like you could credit him for the Snoop Dogg. You know, Chronic, the first Chronic.
Yeah.
You could credit him for that. NWA. But after that, he was so big, he was just taking musical artists, like, you know, like producers, and going, let me hear what you got this. Put this shit under my name.
But
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think
He was
so.
doing the Trump, like just putting his name on buildings and
Yeah.
shit. And
Nah, but seriously though, like
I mean, even the shit that he's done with Eminem.
that's why
with Eminem, the
that's
first.
why I mean that's the thing though.
A lot of that
man.
shit.
All right, my name is. Come on, man.
it's hard.
But the
You think Dre
No,
produced that?
that
bro?
He
no,
produced it.
that wouldn't. That's
He
not a
produced
fucking.
it.
That's not a beat that I would consider. That's not the type of shit that grabbed me toward Dr. Dre.
But
Not
that's
that
the
kind of
biggest-
shit.
Yeah, but not to drag you to Dr. Dre, but that's the biggest Eminem track. That's
Is
what
it?
made Eminem.
Nah.
That's what made him.
You think so?
Nah, you bugging.
But hold up,
Nah,
let's
you
continue
bugging
the
out.
top five. Let's
might-
continue
might-
the top five.
That's
Might-
three.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
You
three.
might have to put you in park right there. All right, so we got that right. We got what we said: Havoc, Dr. Dre, RZA. We was talking earlier about Juju. Definitely Beat Nuts. Beat Nuts to me, not because they from our hometown, but more because of the sound that they use and they done. I was like I said, this is from an MC. A sound from an MC.
All right,
And
all right.
I might have to do a little Maniac right here.
Oh no! Oh no!
Alchemist Swiss Beats, Kanye and Tim.
You see
Yo.
what you done, Maniac?
Hard,
he
nigga.
started-
It's
you really
hard,
know.
nigga. It's
But I had
hard.
two. I had two.
but
I had
that's
two.
it.
My
It's
bad.
hard, my
Yeah.
nigga. Nah,
Yo,
that's the
Juan
Maniac.
Carlos,
That's the
the
Maniac
crowd
That's the
rollout
Maniac
right
now.
there. That's the
We're
Maniac
curious to know what
rollout.
you got. What you got, my brother?
But wait, let me just go back to. Sorry, guys. Let me just go back to Beat Nuts. The hits. Damn, I'm gonna get in trouble. Oh, the hits on that. Psycho Less.
Well,
If-
yeah,
if-
but it's Beatnuts. There's two of them.
It's both of them.
If I were to put- if I-
Majority is Psycho.
I mean,
Majority of the beats is Psycho.
We talked about Beware.
I
That
got-
was Juju.
But Juju put in
I got
his shit too.
backstory.
hard.
Like we got backstories. with
Supreme
the whole
Clientele. Like Juju was on Ghostface.
One.
One love. One. Well, that shit was hard.
Yeah, that was.
What?
I mean, again, you guys are artists. I'm a producer.
As
I'm
a
like-
as artists.
My nigga,
different.
Stone Crazy is one of my
Wow.
top.
Let me in.
I'm gonna say top.
in.
I'm not gonna say
Who is
top
it?
5, but I'll definitely.
UPS.
And that's not in any order,
Open the
but
door,
that
bitch.
shit's
Fuck
definitely
it.
one of my top 10 albums that I could hear anytime, any day.
I still say that to this day, though. And like, when people are like, "Yo, who is it?" UPS. Fuck it.
Nigga, that album is fucking nuts, bro, from beginning to end.
But just remember that Psycho Les produced most of the hits.
No, nigga, that's why I said Beat Nuts, because that is
You didn't say Juju. You said Beat Nuts.
Exactly. I ain't say nigga, and Psycho Les is
Beat Nuts.
majority of those beats.
Yes, he is.
On the Beat Nuts
he
album.
is.
I know
Yes,
that
he
for a
is.
fact. I know that.
Well, I know
But
that.
it's just like a Della Music and a rub. This nigga make all the beats.
Amazing.
I've been there for them while he's making them, and I'll tell him, yo, switch this up, and I'll tell him, and he'll go back and change it, and I'll be like, yo, nigga, you just made that shit sound. It's like he took exactly what I was telling him.
Say, yeah.
And while playing, you know, I'll hum it. Cause that's all I could do. That's me. That's my. That's my. I'm the ghost producer.
He's
on that end.
Oh, so you
and that's cool because
ladies and
you know
gentlemen.
we have to let niggas know you gotta be humble about your shit.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get offended if somebody doesn't like exactly what you have. Everybody have different opinions, but if you trust your peoples around you and you know that they have good musical taste, then run with it. Let them guide you in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, big up to you, brother, because there's a lot of times where you told me to go another route. And
Yeah, how many times we done sat down while you making? You'll show me the beat, and I'll be like, "Yo, do this."
Yeah.
And I'll just all I'm doing is doing it with my mouth. Cause I don't have the patience to sit behind.
I mean, sometimes
like,
you told me
have
the beat
patience.
sucks. Sometimes you didn't tell me, yo, that shit's whack.
No, and I'll tell you
Like,
straight
damn,
up.
man.
And I'll tell you straight up.
Yeah, and that's love. I like that. I like
You
that.
know,
I'm not gonna waste my time on it.
that's you know that's a collective effort.
Yo,
Love it.
let NTL go with his top
Yo, the
five.
anticipation is building, nigga.
Bam,
Yo,
bam.
Yo, so
put me on.
His eyes is they go in
They getting
circles
watery?
right now.
They're getting glassy.
Yo, he's over there like,
I might do the Maniac on 05. That's my one. 2. Yo.
Let's go.
Yo, I'm gonna have to go with
If there's a different one, we definitely gotta stop.
word.
No, if there's
Like
a different one
if
like
you-
out of bar.
If you
Yeah,
choose,
We gotta,
yeah.
you know, you gotta talk about it.
Oh, of course, the Bomb Squad.
Ooh, damn.
What's that?
That's Chuck D and his people. They produced.
Wow, he went
Yo, nah,
back.
It was the Bomb Squad. They produced. You know what I mean? They talk about West Coast artists. They produced Ice Cube, and his first solo album.
I never
you know,
liked
and-
any Ice Cube music.
What?
The only one track I liked is "Today Was a Good Day." That's
You ain't
it.
like Vaseline?
Nah.
One of the illest diss songs ever.
Yeah, whatever. But yo, Ice Cube never ever, not even. in
But
any
just look at the
list.
production. You listen to that album. The Bomb Squad did that shit. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
That's hard, no, because them niggas got they dropped some.
You want to talk about
Bomba.
cinematic, theatrical fucking sound? That's the Bomb Squad, kid. Like that shit, crazy. All right, so that was one. Damn, number 2. I'm gonna go with Prince Paul.
All right.
Out the box. I love it. I'm loving it, bro.
Yo,
always.
always.
I'm loving it. And that's all you hear, bro. That's
Prince
all you hear.
Paul.
I love it.
Prince Paul, you know what I'm saying? A lot of earlier,
Yeah, nah, he's he dope.
fucking, a lot of you listen to even Jay Dilla shit.
I don't like Jay Dilla.
Nigga like nobody. Nigga,
Nigga don't like nobody.
this nigga, he's like Dilo.
Nah.
Maniac.
No, seriously though. Like I never understood why people like Jay Dilla. I
Nah,
never
he's that soulful shit.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
very
you gotta
not
understand.
even,
It's very
like,
soulful.
Yeah.
I'm with you though. I'm with you on that.
You don't like
that
Jay
shit was
Dilla?
so off track.
I'm not crazy about it.
Jay Dilla.
Yo, a lot of the Jungle Brothers shit. You know what I mean? That was from Prince Paul. So
Boom. Dun, 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 dun.
nah, that shit. As an MC though, there's certain shit that gravitates.
That's what I'm
you
saying. Like,
gravitate to.
it's
Yeah.
different from a producer to MC. Like, it's different sounds that attract the MC
Was that number 2?
because they don't create the beat. We just
Yeah.
hear the after effects.
And you got the vibe.
That's it.
Yeah. So one shit. RZA, Razor Sharp, RZA.
All right.
Of course.
Nigga, RZA.
You know
Yo,
what I mean?
bro.
I have practice on all RZA beats. You know what I'm saying? I write to RZA beats on almost every day. I have to.
If people ain't listen to the Wu albums, they gotta check them shits out, man.
Word.
The Wu album, if I'm talking about check out every single solo album
Yeah.
of Wu.
They
the
should
first
start,
album.
They should start with Only Built for Cuban Links, that Raekwon.
Mhm.
That shit is
Nah.
cinematic. I think they should start with that. Yeah, they should start with
Not
that.
Wu,
What do you recommend?
Not the first Wu.
What do you
Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers?
36
No, I'm
Nah.
talking beyond that because everybody knows
Yeah.
majority of those songs. I'm talking about the
Solo,
solo
the
songs,
solo.
and not the ones that are out that were publicized, that were out and commercialized because they weren't really commercial, but they made it to mainstream. But listen to the ones that weren't out there, the other album cuts. The fucking, not the regular radio ones.
Yeah, that's the gems right there.
Those are the
Those are
gems,
the
and that's
shit.
what I was talking about in the last episode.
Those are
is
the best.
Those are the songs that attracted me for top 5 artists from
True.
the songs that they made, not for the radio hits, but the other ones, the cuts that didn't make the radio.
Even to this day, like
That's what makes a classic
I'm
album.
gonna just go off the wall, like listening to a Bad Bunny album. I'm like listening to his deep tracks, the tracks that is not making it on the radio, or whatever. Because I'm like, nah, those are the ones that.
That's what makes the artist.
That's what makes the artist.
That's what makes.
Well,
Anybody could have a one hit,
Yeah.
or 2 hit.
Well, that's the formula, right? So you have to have the radio. I mean, now you don't even need radio, but back in the day it was like, yo, you gotta have the radio track, the lady track, but for ladies.
Yeah.
And then you could do the hardcore
Back
shit.
then, yeah.
The conscious shit, the government shit, all that.
Let's run it down. So you got
4.
you got 4.
3. I got 3.
Call
4.
them right now. What was it?
That was the Bomb
Bomb
Squad. What I had? Prince Paul.
Prince Paul.
RZA Sharp.
That's 3.
That's 3. I'm gonna have to go with Beat Nuts. I'm sorry, Maniac. I'm gonna have to go with the Beat Nuts.
No, I didn't say that.
With the best there
I
is.
love it.
Nah.
With the best there is.
It says it on in the name. They say beats are nuts, so the critics can't say shit like, yo, don't criticize my lyrics. Listen to the beats because we the beat nuts. The beats are nuts.
And you know what? I saw a story that Kanye used to be around.
Yeah.
When they used to go to Chicago back in, and we're talking about when Kanye was first really learning.
Ooh, that's when they got beef with Twista. They got into beef with Twista. Beat Nuts.
Beat Nuts used to.
They got it. Yeah, with
Kanye
Twista.
used to be in the
Doing
studio with
Chicago
them.
and shit.
Used to be in the studio with them and picking up shit. He learned. He learned from.
Wait.
He
Yeah,
learned
how
and picked up shit
Kanye
from the
was in the
Beatnuts.
studio with them?
Nigga, when they used to travel.
No, I'm not contesting it. I'm just saying, like, how did?
Well,
He was around Common. These dudes Common.
They were signed to the same label. right?
Yeah, like those
Relativity. I think they were signed
Is
to
it
Relativity. Yeah.
Back in the day, like when Common was coming up in like 96, 97, and they were in the coming up that back then. He was probably just a nigga, just chilling on the couch.
Wow.
That's the way they described it.
He was rolling
That's
blunts.
the way Juju described it.
Oh, okay.
Or
okay.
No, it was
That's
Psycho.
one man's
Psycho
story.
described it.
You heard? He was rolling blunts. He was the blunt roller.
Wow.
Whatever he was doing.
He was the
Whatever
go
he
to the
was
store
doing to
get
beat down,
Dutchess.
but that's
and go get me a Philly and shit.
that's a part of the game. That's a part of
Shit,
learning.
I've done
and
that.
Fucking,
I've
and
done
that's
that.
how niggas grow, bro.
Yeah. Damn. That's
Word.
crazy.
And the last one, you gotta go
Drum
back.
roll.
You gotta take it to the back that made the first, stars in hip hop, basically Def Jam.
Vanilla
Rick
Ice?
Rubin, brother.
Oh,
Rick Rubin.
Rick Rubin.
You might get
You know what I'm saying?
Double
might
R.
get jealous.
I'll be honest with you.
That's O's idol.
Oh,
Yo,
I'll
shout
be
out
honest
to
with you. The
O.
reason I didn't even look at Rick Rubin was because he's not around anymore. I was
He
just
is?
like,
what? Yes, he is.
what do you mean?
What do you mean he's not around anymore?
As a producer, overall,
He still produces.
You
He's
got
into
Nir-
rock now, though.
you got Nirvana. That's Rick Rubin.
Yeah.
You know,
was him?
obviously.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yo, he
yeah.
dipped some fingers. in
Red Hot
everything.
Chili Peppers. That's Rick Rubin. What else? Obviously.
But I'm saying more because
LL
of
Cool J.
LL Cool J,
Yeah.
Beastie Boys,
Beastie
and
Boys,
Run DMC,
Run DMC. Yeah. all
So-
of that.
You know what I mean? And Jay-Z.
He created
Jay-Z.
one track, Jay-Z.
But that one track was like,
Well, for the people who don't know, what track was that?
what track was that, man?
99 problems, but a
99
bitch
problems, but ain't one.
Okay. We need YouTube to. Okay. So I guess it's my turn.
Yes.
So it's
yes.
funny.
Wait. I just want really. I want to hear this one right here.
It's very it's crazy because I'm hearing everybody's tops, and a lot of my tops aren't, you know what I'm saying, the same thing that you guys have. So I'm gonna start this party off by saying Dr. Dre.
Okay.
So, and there's a reason why I said Dr. Dre. For example, Still Dre, right? We were talking about that. When I heard that, that's one of the reasons why I wanted a piano. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to learn how to do melodies.
Scott Storch.
That's one of the reasons why. But I didn't know at the time. Yo, Dr. Dre. Yo, Dr. Dre, you fooled me, nigga. You fooled me. I thought it was you. You heard? I was young. I didn't know. So the reason why I picked Dr. Dre is because when I heard those pianos, he likes to use pianos a lot. So
you know, we're on our way home, when I drop this nigga off, we're gonna play Still Dre.
Play it, my nigga.
Not the song. We're gonna hear the album. Now I'm in the mood to want to hear that shit.
So the reason why I picked him is because a lot of beats that I heard of him were very piano based, and from little kid I used to love the piano, and that made me go out and invest money in music. It's the first time invest money. Yo, mommy, yo, daddy, I want a piano. Boom, niggas bought me a piano.
Nice.
You know, so I started, you know, beep, 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 right? It sounds like horrible, but after a while, you start learning chords, you start learning melodies, you start using your fingers.
I've seen them for myself.
You exactly. So
I've seen the progress.
So at first, you know what's funny, E? You remember a song, we stay lick it up, pass another cup, one life to live. You see that piano? I heard Still Dre, and I'm trying to emulate that shit.
What?
So I'm, you know, with one finger, but it didn't sound the same to me. I'm like, yo, this shit is whack. But then when you came to my crib, you heard it. You were like, nah, nigga, this shit is hard.
What?
This shit is hard. But I thought it was trash because I'm emulating him, and it wasn't anywhere near that.
And it was just a loop.
So I started learning that, like, yo, you had to use chords. Use chords, and it gives it a full body sound.
Yes.
And that's what you want on records. So that's why I choose Dr. Dre as number one. To continue on the list, Havoc, man. Havoc.
Jesus
and the
Christ.
reason why I chose Havoc is because, yo, that's the type of beats that I love. I love that type of music, hard music, like it has that dark genre to it.
And that's the shit. That's a lot. And you see, I wanted it. When I was thinking about the shit, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. But I wanted to put both of y'all niggas in that category because y'all sound is a lot of that Alchemist Havoc sound.
Yeah. Facts.
A lot of the shit that I always say, yo, we got that. When we're hearing beats, when we hear a Maniac beat, and I hear something that sounds similar to that Havoc sound or that Alchemist sound, like that Mob Deep shit, I grab and I always stop and like, yo, that's the one. We got to do something to that.
I was trying so hard.
Cold Red. Huh?
So hard. I didn't want to be categorized like that. Like, I don't want to be there.
Nah, well, you there. I'm telling you right now, you there.
No. I was there. No, you're right.
But you got shit that's out of that element.
I just did not want.
You got things that are out of that element.
I definitely.
But a lot of the Stilo and Maniac shit that, you know, I feel like both, and that's all. Like I was gonna name y'all niggas as N.O. O too, because O got things that. Two also that always grabbed us. Yeah. And you know, we've done a lot of shit to a lot of old beats. And there's certain shit that we didn't do because we just never got around to it. That O gave us. Because O got beats too that always grabbed and attracted me to it. And you know, I don't know how y'all feel, but I know how I feel.
This is funny. When I'm looking at I keep looking at my top 5, and I see that everybody mentioned every fucking body I got here. And it's crazy because it's like when you're taking a test and your man is giving you the answers, you all got the same fucking answers. And we all got the same fucking answers here. And that's probably because we grew up in the same era. We're on the same age. My next one is Beatnuts. And the reason why Beatnuts is because it's something that E said that he didn't like. But I liked it because I was from Corona, you know, so I kept hearing about the Beatnuts. The Beatnuts. Who's the Beatnuts? The Beatnuts. They live right there, 37. You know, right there by 101, 102 or whatever.
Yeah, I had to drive Juju home one day.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like a myth. It was like a myth.
Juju was 101.
It was a myth, but
101.
it wasn't a myth because
3CR.
they were right there. It was like a
3CR.
living legend in my face. And their shit is fucking fire, bro. Off the books. I could name a lot of shit, but I'm gonna continue to the next one.
Yes.
And the next one is DJ Premier. DJ Premier because I love Nas, and that's why I would choose DJ Premier. But let's continue this. Last but not least,
All right.
Alchemist. The Alchemist, yo.
I think that's on everyone's list, right?
The Alchemist, bro. Yo, gentlemen, I think that wraps up the top 5 segment, man.
Okay, good.
You got a story?
Yeah.
For the top 5
not
or for a regular story?
For a regular.
Because I got to wrap this shit up, baby. There you go. That's a top 5.
But
That was quick this time.
All right. So between us, like obviously between us
And the watch and the viewers.
obviously in the news. But I think I don't know. I've never said this before, but
Exclusive. DJ Clue.
nah. But top for me, Stilo.
Wow, bro.
On some real love shit, cause I remember one time I was just like listening to Chris's beats, and I'm like, damn, bro, why his shit sound better than mine?
You used to feel like you was in competition.
Yeah.
You used to,
No,
I know
no,
that.
no.
I know. That's the way.
We all.
That's the
let's
beauty.
talk about
That's
it.
the
Let's
beauty.
talk
That's the
about it.
beauty of our.
This is the Dr.
brother
Phil
shit.
section of the
Some
brother
podcast.
shit.
No. On some real love
Nah,
shit,
nah.
bro.
Yo, we going
I
off
used
the
to
record.
act-
You heard? We going off the record, yo.
I used to ask Chris like, yo, how you know what I'm saying? Just to like, let me get that from him so I could do that shit for myself or whatever. But yo,
Wow.
no, I'm gonna be honest.
You were like Plankton in SpongeBob. You was trying to get that recipe,
said
nigga.
Nah, but that's real, man.
No, but
That's real shit. That's
I
real
just
talk.
remember just like, damn, fucking Stilo's beats just sound crispy. I'm like, yo, how do you do that? How do you get the bass? And I know you remember that. I used to ask him like, yo, how you do that bass line? And this and that, reason, this and that. And I'm just like, damn, bro, like, I like this shit. The sound, everything
You know what's the
about
beauty?
it.
The beauty of that is the competitive nature that we have amongst each other, from a production standpoint to
Rhyming.
a lyrical standpoint.
Yeah.
That we always feel like we want to outdo each other. We're not that we want not on a bad point. We want to. That's hip.
We're bringing elevation.
That's
Yo,
hip
whenever,
hop, bro.
whenever Stilo like any of my beats, I'll be like, yes. I did it. I'm good.
Steel sharpen steel.
Yo,
man. That's what
nah,
they
some
say.
real love shit. Like he used to be like, yo, this one's dope. I'm like, got you.
Yo, my nigga.
Wow, this nigga playing chess by himself. His
That's
mind.
all, my nigga.
Playing chess by myself. Chris is like, yo, I love you. Shit, blah, blah. I'm over here like, hey,
This
shit.
nigga just
Your
walks
shit
in.
is better than mine. What's going on over here? What are you using, bro?
Well, I'll tell
Hold
you this
on,
much, D.
let me switch this up.
Learning,
Yo, why his shit sound better than
investigating.
mine?
Yo, D,
I swear to God, bro.
Yo, Chris, get on the board. Make
Yeah,
a beat
yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Let me just see.
Let's try this out.
Yo, but that's
bro.
the
see how it
same
feels.
feeling we always had when we used to do a song together. Well, like when we used to write a song, we always wanted I want my shit to sound better than your shit or better than your shit. Like it was a competition. It's a friendly competition.
yeah, and it's
that's what keeps us.
It's an unspoken competition.
But
You
that's
gotta
what
talk about
that's
it.
what keeps.
And I don't know if you've ever felt that way or whatever, but always like.
Well, to respond to what you said, brother,
Yeah.
I will first start it off with thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. It's very humbling because even more humbling coming from you because your beats are sick and everybody knows it in this room.
Yeah,
and niggas that fuck with you know it. My nigga, I was doing beats already, and then you started doing beats, but I was doing beats before you.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because that didn't matter because when you came in, what do they call it? You came in hot.
Guns blazing.
You came in guns blazing, my nigga. Your first few beats, it wasn't like some. It was just like some fucking hard shit.
It's like
that niggas wanted to rock.
It's like you was practicing on the low
My nigga, so that's why I appreciate
for a
you
long
saying
time.
that. You came in, my nigga, and I feel like in my mind, you caught up to my level immediately. It's like a racehorse, nigga. They let you open and you were like, where's Stilo at? And you fucking found me, my nigga. And I want to say you passed me, my nigga. In my eyes, you passed me. It was sick. The difference between our styles is that you're a heavy sampler and I'm not.
Yeah.
But that doesn't change anything.
Yo.
You know, it's just a different style.
What's the issue I have now going back to a lot of the old songs? I don't know if it's your beat. How many times have I fucked up?
Nigga keep
It's a
fucking
Maniac
on
beat.
me,
I'm like, wait a minute,
Stilo beat.
giving me props for your beat.
Because, yo, you know what it is? That's why I say y'all sound is so, you know, it's that shit that always attracted me and I love to hear.
Eclectic sound, bro.
Yeah, and it's all in that fucking group that I love, you know, and that sound wave that I love hearing. That, you know, before I would know, back then I knew who did what, obviously, because yo, this is a Maniac beat. Now, after we already did the track years ago, and now, you know, years later going back and listening, I can't even tell the fucking difference. I'm like, yo, it's like, you know, we did shit so collectively back then. We worked on so much shit together.
Yeah.
That it's all fucking mixed in there.
Yo, E.
Yeah.
That's very well said, brother. And I want to let everybody know we have a new segment that we want to roll out, and it's basically called Advocates Album of the Week, and it's something that my nigga E, you know, felt very strongly about. So hit that E. What do you recommend to the crowd?
I mean, I think, you know, for the week, if you wanna go back, if you heard it before and you haven't heard it in a while, I think, you know, why not go back and hear an album that you haven't heard in a while? Why not listen to, you know, I'm thinking Illmatic.
And that's perfect.
I think Illmatic will be a nice, you know, is 10 songs, 10 tracks.
Yep.
Actually,
Is short, fucking too damn sweet. If you
9 songs.
It's 9 songs, but it's 10 tracks. But the intro, because the intro is 10 tracks. With the intro, it's 10 tracks. But I think that's a nice little album to start it with. You know, just from a production standpoint.
Juan Carlos has something interesting about that. Remember you were saying? Like,
yeah. But so prior to that album, it was a normal thing to have an MC and one producer produce the whole album.
Mm-hmm.
Until Nas came and he kind of like, he was on steroids. So he had the top producers in New York come in and collaborate. So that shit was unheard of. It was kind of like he had the cheat sheet. He had the cheat sheet like that.
Fire.
So he had P Rock, DJ Premier,
And
LES,
and
Q-Tip,
Big Large Professor
and Large Pro.
Large Pro.
So when they got together, everybody was like, yo, they wanted to hear, who's this new kid? New kid from Queensbridge, blah, blah. And Search, MC Search.
Search was the one, yeah.
He's the one that shopped them around and introduced them to everybody. So they all wanted to work with him. Nigga, they collected this whole, they did a gumbo and shit. And that album is a masterpiece. I think that's one of the top.
Did you just say gumbo?
Yeah, like a gumbo.
A big fucking pote?
Yeah.
Sancocho.
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 Would be real nice when it's cold outside. But yeah, pop it. Yeah, pop that in. Eat some
Why
sancocho.
not?
Pop that in.
Automatic, yeah.
Smoke a little shine, and you be chilling. And on that note,
The first classic album ever.
first classic in the world. I think in every genre. I think
Every.
you can listen to
Pop, doesn't matter.
it. And on that note, man, we salute to the producers. You know what I'm saying? It's today's game. Y'all took over the DJ.
You know what, nigga?
You gonna break my cup?
Flip the cup, nigga.
Yo!
Peace
out, much love.
Hey yo, where you come from? Hey yo, where you think, son? We coming from Queens, the heart of the grind, the city never sleeps.
It's a place where you see it all happen in the street. In fact, just imagine we be laughing at
Hey
police.
yo, where you come from? Hey yo, where you think, son? We coming from Queens, the heart of the grind, the city never sleeps.
I'm from Queens, where only the best influence the dream. Where MCs like me will go
Right now
down
in
in
New York,
history.
the summer's over, it's getting colder. Watch the flow for you while we take control of the game. Make sure you know the names. Steeler when the rub, NTL, oh incredible. Maniac flew on the track, I told them play it back. Cause it's hard as hell in Queens. We make a darker shade of rap, exclusive beats, vivid lyrics. All our songs are made from scratch. I'll be damned if I follow trends. I'd rather take a chance, spit it how I'm living, something different. What's the game react? They afraid of that. On some other news, when Steelo coming through, they know the opposition's gonna lose. So go ahead. You can make a move, one to me, probably equal A to you. Face the truth, we all hungry, y'all play the food. And of course, this is hypothetically speaking. Yet the way I'm freaking, it got people thinking Chris and Ethan rhyming for a reason. So believe it, cause many won't achieve it. I put my lighter to the blunt, then I breathe in. straight out of
Hey yo,
Queens,
where you
kid.
come from? Hey yo, where you think, son? We coming from Queens, the heart of the grind, the city never sleeps.
There's a place where you see it all happen in the street. In fact, just imagine we be laughing at police.
Hey yo, where you come from? Hey yo, where you think, son? We coming from Queens, the heart of the grind, the city never sleeps.
I'm from Queens, but only the best influence the dream. Where MCs like me will go down in history, and we'll get ill with it, hurt your feelings quick. Ice grills hit on some killer shit. Shook ones run just cause we infamous. Went from top hats and Adidas raps to burning contenders with ether. That's the tip that I'm on. Suck my dick if you think that I'm wrong. Word to Molly Moore. We get down below. Into your box bells, let's get it on. Pop goes the weasel, hot let the lead the war. Have operations calling beneath you. The war report says you lose, cause I got the ill street blues. So what's the scenario? Like I'm with a deadly throat. I goes all out as soon as I put it in her mouth. They say I'm off the hook. Uncle Sam ain't related to me. This year I'm off the books. Throw your guns in the air, cause getting rich or dying trying is all that counts when war's declared. Smooth kids looking to play, crashing house parties. Considered the black sheep, my family, I'm so sorry. Ghetto stories of a shorty named Renee can calculate one's fate. Nevertheless, live from the 718.
Hey yo, where you come from? Hey yo, where you think, son? We coming from Queens, the heart of the grind, the city never sleeps.
There's a place where you see it all happen in the street. In fact, just imagine we be laughing at police.
Hey yo, where you come from? Hey yo, where you think, son? We coming from Queens, the heart of the grind, the city never sleeps.
I'm from Queens, but only the best influence the dream. Where MCs like me will go down in history.
Riding around the city, I'm a predator for the money. Mad ways to get it fast. I keep the trunk funky, watching honeys. I'm in the max, relax, pumping tracks from way back. Mad bass, hearing car alarms react. I watch my front. Yo son, watch my back. Shit, the city got a cold heart. We born for combat, radar in the car. Looking out for the trap. Shit, it's the home of the brave, cause any day could be your last. Laying down the stones, take a walk and follow me. Come round and see, Corona put it down annually. Look out, we coming through, rocking tan, Timbo boots. Stomping your face like concrete, regulating the rules. Niggas need training, well I'ma take him to school. From our knocks under the bell spell, where I load my tools. Carry a life vest so you don't drown in the pool. Shit is like walking the yard, man hard to make. Hey yo, where you come from? Hey yo, where you think, son? We coming from Queens, the heart of the grind, the city never sleeps.
There's a place where you see it all happen in the street. In fact, just imagine we be laughing at police.
Hey yo, where you come from? Hey yo, where you think, son? We coming from Queens, the heart of the grind, the city never sleeps.
I'm from Queens, but only the best influence the dream. Where MCs like me will go down in history.
Corona, Queens, that's right, Jamaica,
come on,
nigga, what's that?
Yeah,
Flushing, let's go for a ride.
Ridgewood, Steeler with the rub.